So you have to be proactive. Our local Canada Post offices are so helpful, and so starting on February 4th, we're off up to McCreary first and drop off the papers to the local workers. Ken has just delivered them in there, and big shout out to the local postal workers. They're doing the best they can. It's a snowy day, and Christine Waddell here probably for news and views next week. So 2 boxes of papers have gone into the McCreary post office. Our staff worked their little fingers to the bone and got everything all stuffed and ready and strapped, and the usual procedure, but they had to have it out the door earlier because we want to be able to go to McCreary and St. Rose and all of those places. So this was our first stop, and we've got stops to do on the way back. So big shout out to the postal people at McCreary, and we're going to make a stop over at Trickle Creek, the grocery people in McCreary, and looking forward to doing a little local shop in McCreary before we head on up to St. Rose. So yes, Canada Post is doing the best they can in a tough situation. The local people are going above and beyond, and we appreciate it very much. Well, we're on the road up to St. Rose, and for our first test run, Ken Waddell and I have chosen a perfect day for a test run because it is blustery. Road surface conditions are good. Obviously Ken's at the wheel and I'm riding shotgun, but meeting traffic's no picnic. So next stop is St. Rose du Lac, cattle capital of our area, and we'll see the good people at Canada Post there. So we've just pulled into St. Rose and we're on the main business area, and just gonna get to the post office shortly and see the loading dock at that facility. As I say, we have no complaint at all about the local staffing at our local post offices. They working their little fingers off. Part of the post office the average person never has to think about, but this is where the work begins. Truck comes in here every day. I think their truck comes down from Dauphin, but our newspaper and your letter mail and everything else goes in Neepawa, goes into Neepawa to Brandon and distributed from there, and that's the way it is. Anyway, thank you good people at St. Rose. Keep up the good work. There it is, blustery. The traditional picture of the fence line. Fence lines like that saved lives back in the days when the storms were hard and the people traveled on horseback and foot. And if you found a fence line, you knew you could follow it to a yard and be safe. So we're on Road 240, heading west into Laurier, stop number 3. And Laurier's got some really active seed people and cattle people. And as you can see by this video, the visibility is on and off.
Good store.
They've got a good store in Laurier and Mulgats, I believe. Goes all the way back to the family that was Senator Mulgat from Manitoba. And there's good stories to tell about him. He was a consummate statesman. So next stop is Laurier Post Office. Again, thank you to our local staff making phone calls this week to organize this. Normally, when we send publications through Canada Post, we have to pay for transportation on their truck, which makes sense. This costs us a little bit more because we're paying all the gas. Van's getting empty. Oh, one box is tumbled over. Should have shown you what it looked like when we started. And Kelwood Post Office. It's not delivered. They have lock boxes in here, so we are able to just simply leave it in the lobby. And this process has gone on for years now. And our Kelwood readership and folks are pretty amazing as well. We appreciate being able to do this. So one more stop after this one, but we're at Kelwood at the barn. The local committee worked very, very hard at this. And potentially things will be opened up again. It's a great little restaurant. And we leave papers here as well. Just going to slip in and take a peek and say thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, better than I expected. I kind of assumed January with Code Red would be dead quiet, but no, we've had the weather's been a blessing, so I think that's kept people's spirits up and a lot of people active, which is good.
Yeah. Can we use the washroom on the afternoon?
Yeah, right around the corner here.
So we're south of Kelwood now, and next stop, Riding Mountain. And that's a quick stop. Then Birnie and Eden. And back to crack the whip at the office and make sure everybody's working hard. And they always are. So you can see the roads are a lot better down here, but there's more surface issues. But even that has burned off a lot since this morning when we went up. So I'll show you the Riding Mountains drop and Birnie and Eden, and that'll be a little bit for the second week of February's news and views. Number 5 store, their Canada Post location, and since COVID's hit, they've even put a nice little box out for us so we don't have to bother them and compromise their numbers in the building. And I have to go around the other side here because when you come in from the north, they've got one of what we call a barn quilt. Kathy Lewandowski, the Eleanor Rose Outdoor Quilt Show that normally takes place, started making these, and other people are making them. There's quite a few around the town of Neepawa, and probably video worthy, program worthy, to find all the ones there are in the area. Just a little side note. Thank you to the local staff at Riding Mountain. So side road into Birnie is not as heavily traveled, and I hadn't thought of having the camera on, but when Ken said, ooh, I thought, yeah, and a bump coming. So this stop has been one we have been doing for years. And I haven't done it for years, but we've taken advantage of their proximity and been able to deliver in a timely fashion for a long, long time. So if you're looking for a paper and you're out in the area and you haven't got a clue where to find one, you can pull into Birnie, and at the corner of Government Road and 1st Street, there's a yellow Neepawa banner and press box. Please take one. They're free thanks to our many advertisers. So, second last drop. And thank you, community of Birnie. Here we go. Basically about the only left-hand turn that we take because we're doing it on our way back. And major business in town, Penno's Machining, Jack's Auto Repair, and we'll swing around. Obey all stop signs. Ooh, good RV storage place. I wonder what they charge. So the drop off here is at the Canada Post site, and another yellow Neepawa banner and press box. So that's the final delivery on this route. And I'll just swing over and see. There's a couple of kids having a blast. It doesn't take much of a hill to have fun.